Hey everyone, I wanted to make this video just to talk about an issue that I had with my DJI RS3 Pro and a solution that I found that helped me, or so far it's been working. But the issue was that the Ronin would turn on, but it wouldn't respond. Like the motors would not turn on, it wouldn't do the little auto lock dance that it does when you turn it on and the release when you turn it off. And the screen here was working because the buttons would respond, but it just, when I would move the joystick or press the buttons other than the gimbal lock in the front, none of them would respond. And it wouldn't, when you turned it on, like I said, it wouldn't do the dance and it wouldn't ding. So one thing to add is whenever the motors were not responding, and this would just wobble all over the place to where the motors would not engage. So whenever it was messing up, one thing I did notice is if I would go to status and checklist, it would, this would be there, but then also it had two additional errors. One where it said no roll access ESC data, and then another one that said no tilt access ESC data, and then both of them said contact DJI support afterwards. So that's another symptom that was my gimbal was presenting. So I did find some forums where it talked about that potential solutions that people had was whenever it's on to just manually disengage the battery to kind of do like a forced off and put it back on, and sometimes that would work. This did not help. What I did notice though is that if I grab the arms, it's on right now so I can't really move it, but when it was on, you just move the arms around and try to get things to wake up, and that would work. Actually, it would work on mine, and whenever it would do that though, it would start kind of jerking where it would move, try to get into the regular resting position, and it would move again, and then it would kind of like, it kind of just like swing back and forth trying to get to that. So whenever it would do that, I would disengage the battery and then turn it back on, and it would work for like one time, and they would kind of do the same thing again. So one of those times that it turned on, when the motors actually turned on and everything seemed like it was working fine, the joystick would work, I would move this and this would work, all the buttons worked fine. So whenever it was engaged, what I did is I would come over here to the app. So I have it pulled up, and we would go to device settings, and then well, actually before I move into what I did, actually if you'd go here into the app while it was not really working, you would try and go to create, for example, to the virtual joystick or to the Force Mobile, and neither one of those would respond. So then what I did is, once I was able to kind of get it to wake up, is you have to go to the main screen here and then go to the little account icon up there, and then here you go to device list, and then you would find your RS3 Pro, which here it is like this. And then what I did is I would come over here to the firmware. If you hold it down for a few seconds, it pops up here where you can actually downgrade. So what I did is, at the time when it started messing up, I had on version 01.05. I actually downgraded to version 01.04. And ever since I've downgraded, I haven't had any issues with my Ronin so far. So we'll see. I might follow up if I get that issue again, if I find any potential solutions. But if same things are happening to you, hopefully this will help. And what you do is, so once you get to here, you just go to downgrade to whatever version you want. Like I said, I just went down one to version 01.04, and so far that's been working at the moment. Everything works good with the Ronin, and we'll see. I've been using it for a few days, no issues, no problems. Balance fine, does everything fine. Bluetooth, everything works. So, and all the controls, focus, all that works. So fingers crossed, this is the solution it needed. Okay, all right. Hope that helps you guys. Bye-bye.